At last, Uncle Podger would get spot fixed again and put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and make the hammer in his right hand, and with the first blow he would smash the thumb and drop the hammer with a L on somebody's toes. So finally, Uncle Podger would get the spot fixed again. So he fell on the piano, again he woke up, at last finally he would get up and again fixed the spot and put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and take the hammer in the right hand, and with the first blow he would smash his thumb. So he fell on the piano, again he woke up and keep and everything. What happened? Next time what he did means simply he this way, just for an understanding, he smashed the thumb finger like this. For your understanding, I am showing these pictures. Okay, so Podger was going to hammer a nail to the um, put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and take the hammer in his right hand, and with the first blow he would smash his thumb and drop the hammer with a L on somebody's toes. So whenever that fellow hit himself, immediately he fell down, the means he left the hammer from his hand and it is fell on the somebody toes, on somebody toes. He doesn't. So whenever he hits himself on thumb, he smash on his thumb, he hit himself on his thumb. So immediately what he did means he left the hammer immediately from his hand on somebody's toes. Okay, he immediately threw it. That's why it also fell down on some other. And he L means here cry. Aunt Maria would mildly observe that next time Uncle Podger was going to hammer a nail to the wall, she hoped he would let her know in time so that she could make arrangements to go and spend a week with her mother while it was being done. So what she said means, so next time while this fellow did all these things, Aunt Maria mildly, M-I-L-D-L-Y, mildly means in a low tone, in a low voice, she said herself only. Next time whenever Uncle Podger do this type of thing, okay, definitely I will go to my mother's house. She hoped he let her no time so that she could make arrangements to go and spend a week with her mother while it was being done. So, such a way she got negative feeling on Mr. Uncle Podger, because how much mess he is doing. Totally everybody is busy and everybody involved in the same activity. So that's why what she feel means, so next time whenever he plans this type of nailing anything means, she wants to go and spend minimum 1 week with her mother. Such a way she felt herself. Oh my, you women, you make such a fuss over everything, Uncle Podger would reply, picking himself up. Why? I like doing a little job of this sort. So whenever she feels like that, so first one he himself only smashes thumb na. Oh, you woman, you make such a fuss over everything. So fuss over meaning is, here the meaning is to handle with something in a over nervous way. Once again, here I am repeating, to handle with something in a overly nervous way is called fuss over. Fuss over means to handle or to deal with something in overly nervous way is called. So, oh you men, you make such a overly nervous way everything. Uncle Podger would reply, picking himself up, why I like doing a little job of this sort. And then he would have another try, and the second blow the nail would go clean through the plaster and half the hammer after it, and Uncle Podger be precipitated. One more new word for you, sorry, precipitated The meaning of precipitated is to throw violently or unwise speedy. That is the meaning. Precipitated. Okay. To precipitated against means to throw violently falling. So what happened means, and then he would have another try. So one more time after he smashed his thumb, again one more trail he did. He would have another try, and the second blow the nail would go clean through the plaster and half the hammer after it, and Uncle Podgerby precipitated against the wall with force nearly sufficient to flatten his nose. So almost very close to the wall, he unwisely speed to the throw or violently throw on the with a hammer. He give a, he give a stroke. Then we had to find the rule and the string again. A new hole was made, and about midnight the picture would be up very crooked and insecure. So finally, at any way, again he had find the rule and the string again, but again he kept a new hole. He kept a new hole. Almost about midnight, the picture would be crooked and insecure. The word meaning crooked means curve. Crooked means curved, curved, and insecure means unsafe. The wall of yards round, looking as if it had been smoothed down with a rack. So how it is available, how the wall is available means like this. This is called rack. So whenever he give more strokes with the hammer, almost like a rack means, yeah. Generally we use this type of rack in a garden tool. Okay, so like that, this is the meaning. The wall totally appears like this. Okay. Uh, the wall for yards round, looking as if it had been smoothed down with a rack, and everybody dead beat and wretched except the Uncle Podger. So by that time, everybody dead beat. Dead beat means completely exhausted. Dead beat means completely exhausted. And wretched, one more new word to you, very unhappy. Remaining all are completely exhausted and unhappy, but only except Uncle Podger. Because why they are unhappy means, because to hang a small picture, the whole family members from evening to almost midnight, he did all these things. That's why deadbeat. Once again, deadbeat means completely exhausted. So exhausted means they lost their energy. So completely exhausted and wretched. Wretched means, I said already, very unhappy, very sad or grim. Their other family members. But Uncle Podger means feel happy. There you are, he would say, stepping heavily off the chair on the charwoman's corns. So, and surveying the mess he had made the evident pride. So, charwoman means, I said, what is charwoman means? Servant. Charwoman corns. This is a new word for you. Corns means these are servants generally who are working very hard. If you observe their legs means this type of hard thickening thick skin is available. These are called corns. Okay, my dears. Okay, so charwoman's cons and surveying means the work of examining, and the mess means totally untidy disorder things he had made with evident pride. So understood obvious, delightful. So this, while he is, especially I want to repeat these words, there you are. What there you are? Yeah, you refers to the picture. Yes, you are, you have to stay. And he said what he said, and he is surveying the mess. Surveying means he is examining the disorder what he did, but with a evident pride. Pride means fulfillment, delight, satisfaction. These are all will come. So with a lot of delight, with lot of fulfillment or satisfaction, and he clearly seen or clearly understood this particular thing, why some people would have had a man in to do a little thing like that. So this is the question directly. Lastly, again, Mr. Jerome K. Jerome, who is the writer of this lesson, he asked the question: why some people would have had a man into a little thing like that? So if you observe the whole lesson, what is simply he wants to hang a picture. Am I right? So in that only we have seen all shortcomings of a man. So he never do any hard job. So we will see this type of. So finally, in the end, we can say Uncle Podger is a uh, comic, absent-minded, and abusive character, and he is a protagonist in the story. Though he creates trouble in the family with his misdeeds, but he succeeds in his works. So uh, this is the told story we have seen in the lesson or in the story. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. So at the end, Jerome K. Jerome ask a question also. Some people generally, if it is small thing also, they do totally mess like this. So this is the lesson. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. Now coming to grammar part, my dear students. So vocabulary part. Already, I think you heard in the fourth class, third class, synonyms. Synonym means same meaning. So here four words given to one prime word. We have to find out the synonym. First one, confess. Confess means accept, deny, admit, decide. So what is the similar meaning? Confess similar meaning is good. Admit. Next, careful. What is the same meaning? Out of reckless, delight, wonderful, cautious. What is, which word is the same relevant close meaning to careful? So careful, the one is cautious. Good. Next, real. What is the word? Anybody? Yes, real, genuine. And moist. Moist, nothing but damp. So these are the synonym for the words. And coming to grammar topic, in this lesson we have to touch apostrophe. So you have seen different so many types in English papers and novels reading time and everything. So apostrophe, a small thing, this is called apostrophe. Pronunciation apostrophe. Okay, it is a one type of punctuation mark. As you up to fifth class, you know, punctuation, different punctuation marks, full stop, you know, comma, you know, when we use comma, when we use full stop, when we use question mark, when we use exclamatory mark, these are all. But today in this topic we are going to touch apostrophe. So how do we use and what is the how do we use and what is the meaning point? So apostrophe is a form of punctuation. It has two functions. Means we can use apostrophe in two ways. The first one is for contractions. Contractions means short form. Take for example, do plus not, do not. Did plus means don't. Means do plus not, do not we pronounce, but short form is don't. Did plus not, didn't. Am I right? Shall plus not, shan't. Will plus not, won't. So this is the contraction form or the contraction form or short form. Time also we use this apostrophe. And second one is we can show possession. Okay, but in your book, okay, in your book what generally means we have to use first one is possessive case. So before you understand possessive case, first this one I want to explain. This is very easy to understand. So generally we use this apostrophe indicates omission or one or more letters from a word. Best example is do plus not, do not. Short form is don't. Did plus not, short form is didn't. So this type of contractions, short form time, we use this apostrophe. And second one is define possessive case. Again, nominative case, these are all I don't want to explain right now. Just you have to use apostrophe to show possession. Possession means belonging. So take for an example here, the meaning is given, example is given, the child toys. The child's toys. What is the meaning? Child's toys means the toys of child. Okay, so for your better understanding, we have good examples are there, then you can understand. The first one, the cart of peddler means the peddler's cart. Next one, the fortune of Silas Manier. So what is the answer? Silas Manier's fortune. The handle of the cup. What is the answer? The handle of the cup. The cup's handle. The bottom of the pit. Yes, the pit's bottom. The price of the dusk. The dusk's price. The sound of the gulls. The girls. The sound of the girls sounds. And the apartment of Jones's. So Jones's apartment. The laugh of a child's laugh, the nightmare of a girl, the girl's nightmare. So apostrophe, how do we use means it shows the belonging of. Okay, it shows the belonging. So just once again I'm repeat to bottom to top. The nightmare of the girl, how do we write? The girl's nightmare. The laugh of a child, how do we write? A child's laugh. The apartments of John's, how do you write? John's apartment. The sounds of the girls. The girls' sound. The price of the dusk. The dusk's price. The bottom of the pit. The pit's bottom. The handle of the cup. The cup's handle. This is the way apostrophe we have to use in a possession. To show possession, we have to use apostrophe. At the same time, omission of one or more letters for your understanding, short form. Contractions time also we use apostrophe. And coming to this is a simple thing, pronunciation, but little fun. Anybody, just tongue twisters means tongue twisters. I think you already heard about these are all, but you try it once. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Anybody can read, but you have to speak in a fast track. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Such a how much speed you can. I only one time everybody, but continues without any break. If you say, then the mistakes will come. Four furious friends fought for the phone. Tiny Tim Tucker tickled 2 tons of ticklish tigers till 10 on Tuesday. I saw Susie sitting in a shoe shine shop. Where she sits, she shines, and where she shines, she sits. The 33 thieves were thrilled with the thought that they would steal the throne throughout the Thursday. So these are the pronunciation tongue twisters once you practice. And next, my dear students, in a writing part of area, just you want to give or you want to organize a surprise birthday party to your mother, then at your home only, then what is your plan? Just you write it. So write about the steps you would take, organize it, think about the people you would invite, the decorations you would make, the food you would order. Also think of the things you would need to order and things you would be doing on the day of the party. Break your plans in several steps to write them down. So how do you, just you want to celebrate your mother party, you want to give a surprise. So at that time, your mother is just either she is a working woman, okay, just you feel it and write down. So before your mother comes from the office, you have to give a surprise about a party. Then how do you plan it? To whom you invite? What are the things are necessary to? What is the food you have to order? These are all just imagine it, keep on the paper, and just you write it. And the next one, listening thing. So listening, just it is an activity between two students. Okay, two people. One is Sam, another one is Anil. Sam wants to go to post office and send parcel to cousin. He takes his friend Anil along. So it is a situation. Okay, Sam and Anil are both are friends. So Sam wants to go to post office. He want to send a parcel to his cousin. So Sam has one cousin. So he is somewhere to he want to send a parcel to him. Then he wants his takes his friend Anil also. Okay, he wants to take Anil along. Then what is the dialogues conversation between these two characters? One is Anil and second one is Sam. A dialogue is a conversation between two people. Listen to your teacher and read the following dialogue and complete the missing parts. First one, Sam. Hi Anil. You can hi Anil, how are you? You can say anything. Hi Anil, how are you? Anil, hello Sam. Sam, Anil, I am going to post office. I am going to the post office. Will you accompany me? Who asked this question? Sam. Anil, I am going to the post office. Will you accompany me? Then Anil, yes, I have never visited. I have never visited there before. How far is it? How far is it? It is just 200 yards away. You can say anything, Nana. There, it is not 200 yards only exactly you have to write. Just for conversation, you can use anything. Okay, 2 kilometers you can say. That is based on your understanding. It's not a big thing. So it is just 200 yards away. What work do you have there? What work do you have there? I have to dispatch this gift to my cousin. Because why I say gift or parcel, you can say I have to dispatch this parcel to my cousin. Wow, such a huge parcel. Yes, this is a birthday gift for him. I want my cousin to get this on time. The people working at the post office are very good. They will ensure that this reaches on time. See, in a flow, I am saying, I have to dispatch this parcel to my cousin. Wow, such a huge parcel. Yes, this is a birthday gift for him. I want my cousin to get this on time. The people working at the post office are very good. They will ensure, give a make sureness that it reaches on time. Thanks for taking me along. Otherwise, thanks for take me along. Both are accepted one. Thanks for taking me along. I am really excited to visit the post office for the first time. So this is the conversation. Next one, speaking. One more time first before you have to writing part about your mother's birthday. Now coming to speaking also. Narrate a strange encounter you have had on your way home to your classmates. Use the following details as clues. So if you have to you while you are going to home or while you are going to school or while you going to anywhere, you have seen a strange encounter. Strange means different one. First time happened in your life. First time you have seen such type of thing. The such thing you have to share with your classmates. Then what are the things you have to keep in mind means, first one, date and place. So on which date, on which day, or date, time, place, these are all very very important. And where it is happened, when it is happened, what happened actually at that time, when the strange thing happened, what is your feeling, how you felt, what you learned from the encounter means through that situation what you learned, and give your friends some advice on safety. So based on this you can create anything, any story. Take for example, while you are going to house, you have seen a girl or a boy got an accident, otherwise they fell into the well, or any positive or negative, if anything, especially safety is given na. So some negative thing happened, you have seen, you are the eyewitness. So at that time how you can respond from that, what you learned, these are all you can share with your classmates. So when you want to share any new experience with anybody, you have to keep in your mind when it is happened, where it is happened, the play, okay, and what happened actually, and through that thing what you felt and what you learned, and finally how you can advise to your friends. Such type of things keep in mind and plan it in a few sentences and speak in front of your classmates. And the last activity, write the words given below under the correct category. So 15 words are given. Okay, it is totally jumbling words, given a different jumbling, but you have three headings. The first one are sounds, second one is moments, third one is way of looking. So out of these 15 words, 1 2 3 4 5, if you count, 5 words comes under sounds, 5 words comes under moments, 5 words comes under way of looking. So if you know the meaning of these 15 words, then you can place it in which category which word comes. Take for example, for your area, maybe which word you know, you find it. Take for an example, I hope you all of you know roar. Okay, ball, pounds, glare, we will see. First one, it is easy word for us. What is the word? Roar. Yes. What is this one? It is a sound. Generally lions will roar. So this roar comes here, the sound. Okay, next take for an example. I think this is my feeling. Next, you know the word knee means horses will do. Horses make noise, na? That in they utter a sound, that is called knee. So these two are comes under sounds only. So such a way you have to find the meaning of the word and keep in a correct category. For that you take the help of the dictionary also, but from my end I will help you. So the roar also sound, and knee also sound, and ball, B-A-W-L, ball means actually to shout in a very loud voice. Ball means to shout in a very loud voice, to cry a loud voice we call bawl. So that is also comes under sound only. Next one you have to comes under the word is hoot. H-O-O-T. Hoot means generally owls hooted. O-W-L's owl. O-W-L owl is owl also make a low noise sound, that is called hoot. So how many words we got? Bawl, roar, hoot, neigh. Knee. One more word. One more word is squeal. Squeal also, just what is the meaning? A long high pitched cry or noise. So these all 5 words comes under sounds. Next one, moments we'll see. What are the moments? I think in these moments, which is the right word, I think leap means, am I right? Leap means generally leap. Leap means jump. Okay, so leap comes under moments. Actually, from first to we'll got pounce. Pounce also meaning. Pounce also comes under moments. Pounce means spring or swoop. Spring or swoop suddenly is called pounce. Spring or swoop suddenly is called pounce. And the second word is pad. Pad also comes under movements only. Means when someone pads somewhere, they walk there with the steps that are fairly quick, light, quiet. So with pads, if you are walking, there is no sound. That so it comes under movement only. So pounce, pad, and one more word is leap. Already completed leap, and the next word is spy. This is also comes under moments. Spice means secret agent. Yeah, spy. And the last word is already 4 words completed. Pounce, pad, spy, leap. Last word is slither. Last word is slither. Slither means move smoothly over a surface. Slither means move smoothly over a surface. These 5 words are comes under movements. The rest of the words comes under way of looking. Take for example glare, 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 and next one stare. I think you all of you know the meaning. Stare means look fixedly. Next glance means hurried look. Next glimpse means a short view, a momentary view is called glimpse. And quiver means, I hope you all of you know, tremble or shake. Quiver means tremble or shake. So the rest of the 5 words comes under way of looking. So this is the way we will enrich our vocabulary through this activity: sounds, movements, and ways of looking. At the same time, speaking activity also do, and listening, at the same time writing. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you.